Well, we haven't actually met. We just stayed up all night talking on the internet.
Marketing Tech Blog.
There we go.
Oh, you get the new intro.
You got the new one. Because we like you.
Feels special. So, keeping in line with the branding theme, today I want to talk about a couple things, and I swear they might seem like tangents, but they all connect in some way. We have.
I always need to preface my things like that as well.
No, I really do, because people are like, "Where are you going with this?"
I love it. I love it. Go ahead.
So we have a client, and we love them. I will preface with that, but every piece of content, everything they want to put out there has to mention them and what they're doing and how they're helping and blah 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 blah. And the thing is, all of the stories that they have are incredibly powerful, and as a consumer, they would definitely appeal to me if I was researching this product. But I have to continue to tell them, no, we need knowledge-based, education-based content. And it's kind of an uphill battle, but we're getting better. And, Jay Bear is saying, stop marketing your brand, stop marketing your brand. That's exactly what they're trying to do. And how I would say to, what we tell our clients, and this is how we treat the Marketing Tech Blog. So we have our business, DK New Media.
Right.
And yes, when we talk to prospects, customers, of course, we're telling them about what makes us different and, what we do, who we are. But that's why we have a separate entity strictly for Marketing Tech Blog, which is vendor agnostic reviews, opinions about various technologies or, strategies in the marketplace. And of course, we, go back to sponsors and promote them or promote other products. But at the end of the day, the reason people find value in that weekly newsletter is because they know we are not trying to sell something on the Marketing Tech Blog. And if we are, it's
full disclosure.
One, some of past sponsors have been like, hey, why aren't you selling our product more? I'm like, well, your product didn't make sense for this customer. Like a full, of course you're going to have benefits from us promoting you on the Marketing Tech Blog. But if you're made for a small to medium sized business and we're dealing with an enterprise client, I'm not going to sell you. I'm sorry. It would just end up badly for both. And then our authority and trust is gone. So that's one point. The other point that I want to talk about more from an agency standpoint, I'm sure there's lots of people who listen to this podcast who, they commonly experience problems, or they have, maybe not commonly, but they have experienced problems with marketing agencies in the past.
Right.
And part of it is because, one, they know they're a marketing agency, so a lot of what they're saying could and might be fluff.
Yep.
Two, they've been screwed over. Am I allowed to say that?
You are.
Okay. Well, they have not had positive experiences with their marketing agency. And now we're in a state of, when people think marketing agency, it's almost like, a dreaded decision. Don't want to think about it.
We're not as bad as lawyers, though.
No, we're not.
But there is a stigma. There absolutely is, especially in digital marketing.
Yep.
Boy, there was a lot of snake oil salesmen out there in the past, and there still are.
Yep.
So you have to know who you're actually dealing with. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, the stat is actually from Sirius Decision, and it is a year old, just to preface it. But the sales cycle in general for B2B companies is 22% longer than it was 5 years ago, which I think is indicative of consumer behavior and that lack of trust. People are taking longer to make those decisions to say, hey, I want to move forward with you because I really feel like you're going to do something for us. And that's where I'm going to go back to stop selling in your content. Yes, you can mention yourself, but I encourage people, instead of thinking of it as a prospective transaction, think of it as this person came to you. They want your advice. They don't want to be sold. They want your advice. So, and to that point, of course, sales and marketer time is very important, and we have limited resources. But at the same time, if your product does not make sense for them,
Right.
then either say, hey, I would love to work with you, but it just doesn't make sense. Why don't I have a contact over here? I'm going to connect you. Or, just find ways to, dilute and segment better.
Absolutely, and I think on top of that, the consumers have become more and more savvy. Don't waste my time selling me. I know
Right.
what I'm seeing as soon as I come to the website. If I'm seeing content that looks massaged to make some
Yep.
sort of appeal to my emotions or my buyer's intent, well, I know now what I'm really looking for, and honestly, it can be so turning off whenever I see that type of content. And this is not just one segment. I mean, the understanding of digital marketing for consumers collectively has increased. I mean, on top of that, demographically, the older part of the demographic spectrum here, I mean, is also getting more and more savvy to this entire spin that can happen out there. Yeah.
Yep. Well, and another great stat from Serious Decisions is over 70% of the decision-making process is made before a prospect reaches out to a sales guy.
Oh, my Lord.
Now, that being said, I'm not saying you shouldn't create content yes, you should have a product page, a features page, whatever you need that describes what you do.
Right.
But when they finally reach out to you at that 70% line, that's where you can start building on, okay, here's really who we are and how we're different. And, with our conversations, the reason why we're different is because we have a subscription model as opposed to a retainer model. A retainer, implies that this is exactly what you're going to get for this amount of money every month.
Right.
And if you go outside of that, then it's going to cost more. And ours is managing a set budget within the realms and reprioritizing. So that we tell people that after we've already sat down with them. On our website, it doesn't say that anywhere. It has a list of things that we do. It has some of our projects, but if they want knowledge-based content, we're still going to push them to the Marketing Tech blog. So, yeah, just...
I do think we're in the realm of authenticity now more than ever before inside of digital marketing. Mobile has been the trends for a while of getting into the mobile space, and it's been, a race to get into that transaction mode where people are whenever they're on their mobile devices. But I mean, people are more and more educated about how to use content for their own benefit, and they'll pass you by. Yep. If you're just seeing us spinning that information and not giving anything of substance. We talked about this last show or the show before about what not to say, that you could things that you could truly do against your brand, of the type of marketing spin and fluff that's out there. It has no place in today's marketing. It really doesn't.
Yep. Provide value, then sell.
There it is, right there. Well, Jen, how do we get a hold of you? Where do we find everything about marketing tech?
All right, go to marketingtechblog.com. Follow us on Twitter. Well, follow me on Twitter, JLISAK, or follow us on Facebook. Just look up Marketing Tech Blog.
Excellent. And we won't even mention Doug this time.
No.
Oh, we just did. Sorry.
Dougie!
Dougie! We'll see you back here next week, Doug. All right.